fame, Mr. MVP fights back, almost taking out No Fear.
But there it is. Beautiful shot right there from Malik, ending the suffering. And yep, that is an elimination. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, 1-4-1, valiant effort, but a little bit too much of firepower right there on the side of Hora. I like how they actually isolated that compound, Sir Cloud.
Yeah, they like cover like multiple exits gone, so it's really hard for their opponent from 1-4-1 to get out. But we move over to Undergang Esports. They have company in the same area in the name of Tianba Esports. Now we got QZQ. Passes by in front of him. Shots fired. He should be able to get it now with the DBS, but no! Shot from behind. Totally didn't expect that.
Man, that was also kind of a brave call, you know, to go with a DBS, knowing that there's already an M4 that has you right on the sides, right? Not to mention the cover didn't belong to him. He went out in the open. There was a car in between, so not really a wise choice, I'd say. But you said it yourself. He got backstabbed, so yeah, bad positioning right there. Now Void also putting some frags up there.
Oh, the action, knockdown, Wolfie's my finishing ball, but he has company in the area. Icy is there, and Icy. Ice cold nerves there to win this fight.
Unbelievable. Okay, Stalwart Esports hanging by a thread there, but was able to power through. 2 men down, only 1 left, and you said it yourself. There is ice in his veins, right? So gotta love it.
Man, he's phenomenal. I love Icy. Ever since he transferred to Stalwart Esports had a great run as well. Despite missing out on being the world champions, but hey, I mean, it is the best out of 16, the second best out of 16 in the world. So you got to give it to them as well.
Ooh, Stalwart Esports barely making out of there. So well, here we have Void once again. They're not always in our feed, Sir Cloud. They're not always in our cameras, but Void is racking up the eliminations here with 7 already.
Where did that come from?
Exactly.
Dude,
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I totally didn't notice that. Not even in the elimination feed. I mean, they just came out wrecking everyone.
Yeah, that really shocked me too, because right now, not only are they on top of the food chain with 7 eliminations, they aren't eliminated at all. You know, none of them have actually been taken out of the lobby just yet. However, Hora has to make haste out, and so does UG. They gotta be sure that they don't take too much of this damage, because Sandhawk, without the proper medical utilities here, it's a pretty small map. You're bound to find like a firefight one way or the other. And you can't let this blue Grim Reaper chip away at your health.
Yeah, we're at stage 3, moving to stage 4, so it's gonna be a bit more painful by the next stage, so teams gotta be prepared for that. Hora Esports, who won their fight, 4 elimination points already. I do wonder where Void is, since 7 eliminations is about probably 2 teams that they won over.
Yeah, that raises a bit of questions as well. So right now we're down to 12 more teams here, Sir Cloud. Unfortunately, yeah, I mean, it's not a good start for some of our teams, because they left without any eliminations, right? This is not something you'd wanna start with. But again, it's only Sandhawk. We've seen this happen before, Sir Cloud. Some of these teams they don't turn up until way later.
Yeah, like ZZ, they're not a fan of the taking early fights. So maybe we might see more action from those later on. Despite a team that's not a fan of taking early fights, they still manage to get 1 elimination point. And if they can somehow get this knockdown onto Icy, that will be something.
Oh man, Mernat, I have not seen you in months, bro. I am so happy that I get to see Mernat once again here from Genesis Esports. Again, you said it yourself, Sir Cloud. Not everybody they want to draw first blood. So in this case, we have Genesis trying to find their footing, and West. Oh my gosh, this is West carry, right? So I'm pretty sure he has a bit of vengeance. He has a little bit of a retribution to prove.
Oh yeah, they definitely want to try to do their best here. Well, they won a tournament yesterday, but they're looking for more today. Unfortunately, Ichi will be taken out by Pri, who is, I believe, one of the newer names in JLU Squad Esports. Haven't seen him the last time we catch him.
Oh man. Okay, so we have Smile as well. Hello, Smile. Gotta love it. Gotta love those subtitles. You know, Gotta love those names that they add on to their original IGNs, but gotta love it. Anyways, VPE right here, taking it to Voin. Oh my gosh, their Cloud. Voin, as we said it, a while ago they were looking very healthy. Now they lost one and they got a couple knocks. They gotta be very, very careful here. So because Vampire is one of the teams that maybe we didn't pay much attention to earlier, but again, they could just be waiting around the corner to strike.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Vampire as well. It's been a while since they did not qualify to the PNGC finals. So, looking at the roster of Vampire, they're playing with Newsy this time. They normally interchange between Newsy coming in and out for any of the other team members. So this time he's on the start.
They can take out GLU in the process first, Sir Cloud. I think that's the better choice.
Dude, echoing like what you said, ZZ, now top 4. It's a matter of time till they start getting into action. And we gotta think about it, the objective at this stage is to be in the top 10 so you move straight onto the playoff and don't need to play the survival stage. Now Hail Esports with NC2 long range on the Xbox, eliminating GLU Squad Esports, giving us our top 3.
And that's what we're talking about. You got to take out the weakest link first. In that case, we have GLU saying goodbye early on here at Sandhawk at 4th place. Not bad for a showing there, Sir Cloud. Of course, leaving the lobby with a few elimination points, more so with placement points. So this is going to be big for these teams, right? Here we go. Joker, another casualty here from Hale. I'd say, or rather one more knock. It's just a matter of seconds now before he gets picked up. If he does, or will they let him be? Because right now, I think ZZ is smiling very, very widely.
Yeah, as always, they like to come in a little bit later. They do have compound long range from Tony K. Will knock down NC2. Hail Esports has 2 active players left. The plan is for both these teams is that they're on the outside of the circle. If they go in, then ZZ will be waiting for them.
Look at these. The ultimate ambush predators in ZZ, ladies and gentlemen. I can't even catch sight of where they are anymore. They're just letting Vampire and Hale go at this. They're gonna duke it out, and when the dust is settled, again, I'll say it straight up, ZZ will be there to pick up the pieces.
Well, they're starting right now because ZZ just took out the last member of Hail Esports. That's Chicken coming in to eliminate Night Noise. Now it is a 4v3 sort of situation. ZZ has control.
I'd say 4 versus 2.5. You know, we have one knock right there in stoned. Man. Oh boy, okay, Schwab's not if he has something to say about it. He's stopping ZZ in their tracks. Okay, that's one knock. Oh, you can't be too comfortable right now, ZZ, because Vampire is just one shot away from tying things up in numbers. And that they did. We have one knock here, Sir Cloud, so say Wookie needs some helping.
Oh no, Y2 Mon fighting back. Tony K knocked down by Chicken. And we have one more member of Vampire on
serious?
top. Now on cross. There's Schweppes alive. Last man standing. Schweppes fights back. Schweppes gets a knockdown, but his health is too low. Chicken just need to random spray, and he will get Schweppes. Looks like ZZ.
Oh my
It's
god!
still not stopping. The team that likes to come in later, and they will secure the chicken dinner.
I knew it all this time, Sir Cloud. They were hiding under the blankets. And all they needed to do was wait for the most formidable teams to try and fish them out. But ladies and gentlemen, patience absolutely pays off for ZZ. My gosh, our very, very first winner chicken dinner. Just like that.
Yeah, that was kind of sus as well. I mean, he got backstabbed by none other than ZZ. So ZZ still in the main peninsula. Now, Serious, starting to get serious. He has 2 first aids with a med kit, but ZZ is just right in front of him. So he cannot just simply get onto the vehicle and get across. And speaking of ZZ, they spot him out. He's out.
What a shot from CXXN over there. I didn't even see where he was. That's been a really reoccurring thing so far with ZZ, right? They kind of pull off these shots as cleanly as possible. We saw Chicken do it earlier, so man, unbelievable showing. But right now, again, they're trying to slowly survive even with the blue zone right here closing in on them. Look at ZZ, Sir Cloud. 5 eliminations so far, contradictory to the play that they had earlier. At this point, these 5 eliminations, this already occurred during the very last circle.
Yeah, and out of the 3 out of 5, it was contributed by Nigma Galaxy during the start. But for Nova, we kind of expected this to happen. Like, couldn't survive the swim. But at the same time, we can see Starwood Esports, Nerzet on his knees. Lucky enough for him, Top is there.
Yeah, this duet right here is heavily surrounded by the way, Sir Cloud. Look at where they are. They have one member from Vampire already knows where they are, and as well as Mernat. But Mernat's quite a bit far. I'd say that right now, if Vampire Esports is able to provide the necessary backup for this flush out, and that is it for Stalwart Esports. Wow, Top with a beautiful nade. He knows. He knows. Oh
Wow.
man.
What sort of insane angle is that? I mean, we could hardly see like, oh man, it's a cool curveball. But now Top goes out to the second floor at the same time, near Zed at the ground floor. But bad news, Circle went away, so they must win this fight.
Look at that. Originally on the back foot here. Stalwart Esports' last two players able to hold this fourth, but never mind. A little. That's what I was talking about. There it is, Sir Cloud. That's what I was talking about. Mernat pinching Stalwart Esports.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, Schweppes. What is going on? What is going on?
He got eliminated, and there was a third party by Mernat from God knows where, like from the other side of the map or something. Anyway, Starwood Esports, they're out. At the same time, Genesis Esports as well with 4 eliminations. So it's a back-to-back, 2 teams eliminated.
With 0 points so far, sadly though, for both teams, Sir Cloud. What a back and forth. I love that particular exchange right there. I did say so, ladies and gentlemen. I did say so. That the pinch that Stalwart Esports was in was going to be very tough because any single second right there, Mernat could actually pull the trigger, and that he did.
Oh man, Mernat, you sneaky guy, came up from behind. But you know what? He's still alive after all that. But now if we focus on the Void Esports, Jawe will be down on his knees, only left with Dr. K. The last member of Void is going to find refuge somewhere in the middle of circle.
Yeah, so also this is what we were talking about. The fact that Hale is currently untouched. Oh, but there we go. Sadly, though, they have been dethroned today. No, so far, no streaks. No winner chicken dinner streak here for ZZ. Leaving with 6 eliminations. Still, second best so far.
Yeah, the night is still young though, so it could come any time, whether today, tomorrow, day after, or anytime throughout the week. But the team that is still alive here, Vampire Esports, only has 2 players left. We got Hale Esports as well. So the 2 top teams that are still alive is from Thailand, followed by the huge fan base team Hora.
Man, okay, this is what I was pointing out earlier, ladies and gentlemen. If Hale is able to keep their stand, right? If they're going to be able to weather out the I don't know, Sir Cloud. I'm losing words right now because he is at the right place at the right time.
Man, dude, if you can pull off a chicken dinner for Vampire Esports, hands down, this guy is amazing.
By yourself. Oh my gosh. Now we have Alter Ego, last man standing. And I think, yes, this is it. The information relayed for the rest of Tribe Aramacy. So they know that Tony K is over that big boulder. Let's see if Tony K will make that mistake because I know that he's really bloodthirsty. He wants to take out Alva over here from Alter Ego. Last bit of the puzzle before he has to push for the last strongest team here in Tribe.
Yeah, they're all in the circle though, so
Yeah.
it's going to be a Mexican standoff until the next stage. But the next stage will come soon. 25 more seconds, Pika.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is really dangerous for Tony K. I'll say that straight up. The circle's gonna close in on him anytime soon, and he'll be forced to leave this rock. And look at the entire terrain here, Sir Cloud. There's nowhere that he can go that will be considerably safe. So Tony K, in the last attempt that he has, probably should gun for Alva, right? Like just one more elimination, one more to take home. Because right now they already have a good enough amount of points for, at least for Vampire Esports.
Oh man, Pika, the circle favors Tony
No!
K and Alva. So now pressure is on to the team that has 3 players, Tribe Aramacy. And fair enough, right? I mean, the circle gods, they're fair. Like, okay, you have more players, we don't give you the circle. You have least players, we give you the circle. So fair enough for me.
Oh man. Again, I know this is going to be good for Tony K in terms of survival, but the numbers game might really come into play. Heck, even for a second, they could use Alva as a distraction here. If they do, then oh no, there it is. That's what I was talking about. But Alva, is he going to be able to hold his ground here a little bit? Oh, he jumps in the water. Oh man.
Oh no, the moment you jump in the water, in this situation, you're a sitting duck in, because I'm not sure if it was this intentional or what, but hey, it gives him a clear shot of Alba later on. But now Tony K is holding his ground, putting pressure back onto Tribe Arrow Messi, and Inca, since he's down there, he will not be able to shoot back onto Tony K.
This is too intense, man. Tony K, how are you surviving this long? Are you like 1,000 years old, or are you immortal? Because right now, Sir Cloud, he is living by that vampire moniker so far, right? Third team with basically a couple eliminations, able to survive two teams that could potentially take him out at any given second. And yet he's not hanging up the white flag. He wants to go through this, and he could do it. If the circle actually pushes the other players towards him, then that could be his for the picking.
Dude, this is nerve-wracking, dude. I mean, technically, Tony K has only one team to deal with. Like, Alva is out of the picture right now. He won't be able to do much in the water. Now, Tony K shoots back, but you gotta be careful. He has 4 first aid, so it's gonna be okay. But Tribe Ermacy on their vehicles, they might want to take an aggression onto him.
There's also that big amount of loot right there that you can take. Here it is. Oh, this is where it's gonna go down. Maybe, just maybe, I don't know. I don't want to speak too soon. Tony K got huge damage out of that single shell. Let's see if he's gonna be able to survive this onslaught. They're gonna go 3v1 here.
Oh, here we go. Tony K navigates around, dancing with Tribe Arrow Messi, shoots onto the left side, but it's gonna be the name of it. That takes out Tony K. But I gotta give it to him. He made them dance.
Very valiant effort from the last living vampire over there, Sir Cloud. So, and it only took a UV grenade. I'm just kidding, just a grenade, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, but yep, there it is. The numbers game a little too overwhelming, and Alter Ego being the last team to go. Congratulations to Tribe Ermacy. Beautiful start right there for this team. Numbers game really coming into play there, Sir Cloud.
Absolutely. Like, you don't really need the circle, you just need the numbers. It's 3v
players themselves, but also the blue zone. Oh man, right on the knee. So Igneous falls victim.
that's not an arrow to the knee, but that's a bullet to the knee. Oh man, but Aegon I8, okay, I'm looking over at their utilities, right? No first aids. So I'm not sure if they can survive this though. So I guess they're praying for utilities from the boxes.
Yeah, they have to, honestly. So maybe that's why they had to take those shots, right? Because they're not confident with the resources that they have. There we go. We had one member of Aegon I8 able to heal, but is that enough? Because I'd say we're only at stage 3. They're down to their last 2 players, and it's gonna be quite a jog before they get back to the safe zone, right? And there's only 2 teams, even Genesis. Genesis also has to make haste, because if they do not leave the blue zone, will they perish, but they might not get positional advantage.
I wonder where. Okay, Genesis is at the north side, so they just came into the circle. But the moment they arrive, circle will shift. Where will it go?
There it is.
Goes all the way down south on the outskirts of Primos. So Genesis Esports will continue to travel.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Sir Cloud. It's going to be one heck of a sprint for these players. So, and a while ago, commentators curse as well. Tianba looking really good. Now down to the last member. Also has to ever so gently make their way towards the safe zone. But of course, with the risk of all these teams pointing in that direction. Let's see how this is going to pan out for Tianba. The only team, basically the only one of the 2 teams with 1 member remaining. The last, yes, you're going to find this as a surprise, ladies and gentlemen, being ZZ.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're still in this though. So 3 more teams out, and they get a top 5. Something that they're familiar with, a position that they're familiar with at least. So ZZ, I wonder how safe that last guy is though.
Yeah, that's gonna be so tough, man. Look at this. We are down to our last 8 teams. So safe to say, all of these players, even if the first one to be eliminated goes out, you're gonna get 1 point for sure. It's even for ZZ, right? I know that they got their winner chicken dinner, but even if they leave at this point in the match, that's okay. They have 1 elimination point and 4, or rather 1 placement point and 4 elimination points. So still not bad to add to the record.
Not at all, but speaking of bad, it's going to be bad for long now
And
as he
Tianba,
got taken down. But look who's dominating, Hail Esports. They're not stopping yet, already 5 eliminations.
And probably an out of redemption once again, ladies and gentlemen. Because a while ago, they were so close to victory, right? Sir Cloud, especially for game number 2, that they lasted really, really long. But just when we were talking about it, they get eliminated. And not even in top 2, I believe. I think it was Vampire. Got that far. Here we go. Mernat putting the hurt on 1-4-1.
Oh, last
That was
member here
breathtaking.
for Genesis Esports. JD comes in, DBS gameplay from the ground floor, and he lost the
Oh, wait.
of his opponent. Hacker's gonna shoot from the other side, and it's a close!
No!
From Smile! How many times have this guy clutched teams? This is insane!
Oh my gosh, you did not just do that. The man is bulletproof, Sir Cloud.
Dude, okay, for Smile, I will personally award him for coming up with the clutch of the year in 2023. And he is still bringing that sort of performance into 2024.
My goodness, okay, but here we go. Morpheus has his hands full over here with Joker. Again, one of the most deadly players we've seen thus far. Oh wow, I don't know what happened to NC2, but Joker falls flat, care of Morpheus. So Alter Ego right now, they're finding their footing, albeit with 2 more players. They're looking really good, and sadly though, there it is, Sir Cloud. We had to jinx it. Hail Esports eliminated just like that.
Oh, okay, after
The
such a
build-up.
performance, after the build-up, exactly. But now we're in the top 4. You kind of blink and you miss it. Dude, we're only at stage 4, and we have 4 teams left. This is the fastest round.
Honestly, for today, yes. Actually, even during the
Oh.
prelims, we've never seen this kind of action move so fast. Now, Genesis Esports out of there. Beautiful showing, by the way, Sir Cloud. Now, Nova, after losing ABCD a while ago, he was the first and the only casualty that we've seen from Nova Esports. They're doing really good, making it to top 3. But of course, the Vampires, ladies and gentlemen, with 3 eliminations. So far, the most powerful team that we have. Out for blood, I'd say.
And what did we tell you? ZZ slides in
With the last
somehow.
player.
I know, right? They always do this. This guy, this team, it's as if they have an invisible cloak or something.
For sure, for sure. Now, I don't know. There's a talisman there probably held by the last player of ZZCXXN. My guy right here. Look at him. This shack right here, it has his name on it. So he's going to stay here as long as he needs to and wait for somebody to make the mistake of knocking down the wrong door. Let's see how this is going to go. Look at this very tiny 13% winning probability, Sir Cloud.
Oh, yeah. Just because of the numbers, right? Yeah, like he's the sole player. But if he can pull off an insane one, man. But we still got to give it to Vampire Esports. I mean, another consistent round for them in the top 3. It was number 2, number 3, and now it's at least top 3 for Vampire Esports. And they have the highest percentage of winning this chicken dinner this time.
All right, the Immortals so far here, ladies and gentlemen. All they gotta do is wait for the sun to set, and then they could go out for the kill. Let's see how this is gonna pan out now. Look at this, CXXN changing his position, but goes to another shack.
Oh man! And in this position, he will stay entirely out of that fight, and potentially at least a second place.
Man, if he actually creeps up after these 2 teams go at it, because Vampire Esports can easily eliminate Nova if they make the wrong calls, right? And as the Vampire that they are, honestly, they could go for blood here, literally. I just don't know if they're gonna want to do that because the number side is still on them. They have 4 players, so in reality, I'd say Nova and ZZ they have to team up. Although at this point, of course, they don't want to team up with the opposition. But Vampire Esports is just head and shoulders above them at this moment.
Well, as what they say, the enemy.
Yes.
My enemy is
my friend.
is my friend. So, yep. Oh, Tony K comes in with a nade onto. Ow! He's screaming out, ouch, right out after that.
And Tony K, man, the lone survivor from the previous game. Beautiful pick off of the roof. Now, that is going to put Nova Esports into a very bad spot. They are basically the middle numerical team here. 2 versus 1 versus 4. So they now they have to wait for action to happen between ZZ. Otherwise, if they become too greedy, then it's the end of the line. They could fall at any which way, and they'll be at a disadvantage.
Oh, they saw him. CXSN takes a shot, but of course, it is Tony K. But still a top 3 finish for a Lone Ranger. Still pretty good.
Against ZZ, the survivors, if I may. Like, these guys, I don't know how they do it, Sir Cloud. Again, you mentioned that there's a lucky charm there somewhere, a talisman, if you may, that allows them to go this far into the tournament, even after an early few eliminations. But right now, Nova Esports, they're gonna get flushed out. Beautiful here, right here from Long, though. Good stuff, but it's safe to assume right now that the fight will not go their way. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Vampire Esports. My goodness, Sir Cloud. Yes. The Immortals right here have stamped their names for game number 3.
Man, somebody bring out the holy water because they are out looking for blood. Vampire Esports with this lineup just scored the chicken dinner. And let's not forget, they got second place in game 1, third place in game 2. Now a chicken dinner. I mean, these guys. I mean, we need to send like vampire hunters now.
For sure, like, you know, the first day of our survival stage, at each round a podium finish. That's a very, very big feat for Vampire Esports here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it only goes better from here because not only are we halfway through for the night, but we haven't seen a repeater as well so far, Sir Cloud. Let's see how this is gonna go. And they weren't really particularly very frag heavy here. So with only 6 eliminations, but managing to get that plus 10 points, they are definitely on top right now.
And speaking of on top, Tony K with 738 damage. Look at the difference between him and all his other teammates. Like the closest one is Scrubs with like what, 200-ish?
That's still so far.
Yeah, it's like this is Vampire Tony K.
Absolutely. So yeah, these fine gentlemen right here. So you know, for lack of better term, Sir Cloud, I do think that they're out to try and make a name for themselves amidst all this hype from the other teams. I'd say so myself. And Red Queen must be smiling right now from where she is because she. The previous games, they've already taken some damage here. Oh, and I had to say it. There we go. Maxi is taking out Noise in the process, vehicularly. Oh my gosh, there goes Noise, and Maxi is out of there as well. Look at this exchange so far, Sir Cloud. Hale getting their hands dirty, and Joker is on the floor, however.
Oh, Tiger has arrived. He'll be roaring towards Void Esports. MC2SL put it back up. Kenya will go down to Tigers DBS. And there's more on the other side. But we move over to ZZ. Saywood taken out. ZZ still in this, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you see where they are? Did you see where they are? They're inside this compound with no threat near them. No wonder they last so long, Sir. They know exactly where to position themselves. I love it. However, it's 1-for-1 here for ZZ, getting 1 elimination and 1 getting taken out as well.
Oh man, ZZ. This is basically like inside Pubg, right? So it's a place that they know like the back of their hand, but one of them sniffed out. And if you can't think about it, it's only one player. Where are the rest? So is it their strategy to just like everyone take a corner and let's get together towards the end?
And we still don't see them right now. We still don't know where they are. Okay, even if we look at the map, they're not anywhere visible. They're gonna get pinched, however, if they don't evacuate immediately. Some of the members from D Plus right here, they're on the move. I'd say the same for I believe this is 1-for-1, who have a very, very distributed positioning right now. I think rotation is also on their side here. I think they can move freely, Sir Cloud, if they choose to. The circle is still pretty loose, by the way.
Yeah, the circle. It could go on to the open area on the outside of Pubg or inside of Pubg City. So it's still anyone's game at this moment. But I noticed that ZZ was on the north side of the circle. So they're within the circle still. And that also means that they don't really need to move. They don't really need to engage in fights. And they can chill and let other teams just cancel out each other.
And just as they know, right? That's how ZZ does it. They play Vulture to a very effective degree. By the way, this is one of the reasons why I believe they're always going to make it a top 8. They know exactly when to pull the trigger, or if they even need to. If you look at their resources, Sir Cloud, there's almost no deficit. They have enough ammo. They have enough health. They have enough throwables. ZZ, they prioritize resources.
Yeah, resources, stability, as long as it's stable, right? Like you can collect points every round, even if it's through placement. Cool. And I think again they're playing objectively, right?
Yeah.
Hit top 10, that's cool. If we can like hit the top 5 every round, we're definitely going to be the top 10.
Man, this is one reason why I'm such a fan of ZZ. Like you don't see the feed being so piled up by anything ZZ. Here we go, Mernat, vengeance right there with a beautiful nade. I'd say smile, however, Paul picked it. This exchange between UG and the GE is gonna go for quite a bit. You see that? West now with a nade of his own and taking out Jimmy. So, and did you see there was also a bit of a squeeze right there from CXX and from ZZ. They managed to score one elimination. I want to see how they're scoring now.
Okay. We'll probably get to see the scores in a bit, but what we're sure right now is Genesis Esports won that fight. Now we have Hoorah on screen. Tianma, QZQ is down, so there's going to be the opportunity that Hoorah is going to take. Sky is going to come in with the DBS, finishing off one member of Tianma.
Let's see, Tianma doing really well for game number 2. Not so much for game number 3, but here we go. This could be a redemption arc for Tianma. They are heavily surrounded by Hora, though, with a complete squad. Now, we only have 9 teams remaining. Just need one more elimination here, and all the teams are going to go home with points.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. Okay, at least everybody gets something. Well, maybe except for Five Missing, because they went out like super early. But anyway, the nade from Sky to the other side, knocking out a member of Tianma, and now only Long left, goes up to the rooftop. Long is pretty much exposed. They kind of know where he is. And speaking about exposed, it's exposed to the other side.
Man, what a shot from 141. Beautiful. Where did that come from? I love it. What a dip. Okay, that was a worth it third-party shot. I'd say so, Sir Cloud. Now again, ZZ just burrowing themselves underground for the time being. They're gonna wait for the tornado to settle before they leave the basement. Let's see how this is gonna go.
Man, it reminds me of ostriches.
They do, exactly.
Right, and they still have the circle with the compound, so they can still hold on to the position. But now, West going up against the members of DK. DK has arrived onto the compound where Genesis Esports is at. He's onto the outside. Forest kind of low at this moment. Nobu with the Latin compel. Nobu with the Molly. Tosses on the outside where GE is at. And GE eliminated by D+.
Oh, okay. Now that's going to look really well on D+'s record a little later on, Sir Cloud. 4 eliminations. That's going to boost them up a little bit and take them out of the bottom spot. Let's see how that's going to pan out. If they even make it to maybe top 5, the points are going to be more significant because right now they are surely going to get 1 placement point. Now, that's pretty tragic for Genesis Esports because they did have a very crazy back and forth against UG and they emerged on top, yes, but you know, there are going to be a lot of other teams who are going to gun for them.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, the higher you go, like, the more teams will be looking at you. So, gotta keep an eye on that. But Hora Esports, okay, they're not done yet fighting teams. One area to one area, and now they're going up against ZZ. And that was an almost knockdown. But, oh, Sky! Knocked down the grenade. And here we go. It's going to be No Fear all alone together with Mafia Ninja. He's fighting back. And the 2 members of Hoorah will need to do it with Mafia Ninja. Now only left with No Fear.
No Fear! Oh, man! Y2 Mon right there from the rooftop. Beautiful stuff, by the way, from... I'd say that was a very, very good showing on the side of Hoorah. So... Wow, okay. I'd say it right now, Sir Cloud. Yes, ZZ, impossible to not make it the top 8, even with a deficit.
Absolutely. I mean, what does it take to stop these guys from entering the top 5 right now? Man, And it's likely to happen soon, since 141 now has Hill Esports in front of them. They might cancel out each other, and that is top 5 for Z.
Man, if memory serves me, Sir Cloud, you picked 141 the game before this.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, it would have been the right time to have reconsidered the pick. But I don't blame you, because Hora did really well. Of course, they managed to make it the top 7. But the tail of the tape here is, with 6 teams remaining, all of these are heavy hitters. Look at where Hale is. So they are at 5 eliminations. So safe to assume that if they survive this onslaught one more time, make it the top 4, they're still on the first page with a good amount of points.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Okay, hopefully we get to see the points in a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're looking at the stats for the top damage dealers, right? A lot of them have been eliminated. And we still have 2 ZZ members there. Okay, looking back at the elimination feed, Tiger from Hill Esports taken out by Eagle, NC2 from the other side, being eliminated by Hacker, and ZZ is officially in the top 5.
Just like that, man. Just like that. ZZ always proving us right. Just putting a big smile on our faces here, ZZ. But look at this. Only bits and pieces of the teams are actually inside the circle right now. They have to make haste. They gotta push for it. Get that advantage, that terrain advantage. So far, our top 5 teams, we have Nova, which we haven't seen for quite a bit. Sir Cloud explains the 3 eliminations.
Yeah, it gives us the feeling of like Void in round number 1. Oh, they got a couple of eliminations, but we don't really get to see them. But now we'll have a good view onto Nova versus DK as Forrest nailed down by ABCD. Fabian goes down to the streets as well. Long, big trader back. Now it's only Noble left. Can Noble win this against the members of Nova? ABCD, he's prepping out his own nade. Noble as well. Noble tosses in, and Noble will be the one to get the nade from Longskar.
Oh my gosh. That was a beautiful 3v3, by the way. So I liked how that panned out. But ladies and gentlemen, there goes another one. Down to our top 4 rather. We have Nova right here. ABCD down to his knees. We're gonna see a lot more of these gunfights moving forward. Y2Nmon, however, does have himself just a little bit of cover here with his vehicle. Beautiful, look at this. Y2Nmon, immediately after that gunfight, he went straight for the rotation. He's gonna find cover once again.
Dude, ZZ is now top 3. Man, my goodness. And this is their time to show up, right? Like, they already got 7 eliminations just by coming in onto Nova towards the end.
Yeah.
That added to their tally. And for the other teams, okay, we have 141 official just on the outside of Pachinki, and Aegon I8, the team who was at the last place, now making it to the top 3. So a repeat of whatever happened in the prelims, like bottom team showing up, is starting now.
Sir Cloud, take note of this. The time that ZZ lost, their only member was still on stage 2, if I remember correctly. 4 stages in, and they made it to top 3. What is with these kids, man? How big of survival instincts do they carry?
Yeah, I mean, their survivability is just top notch. This is a team that I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to rank in a lot more placement points just to bring them to the top 10. But they also got a good amount of elimination points as well. Even the member that was eliminated early managed to get 1. So everyone contributed to points.
Man, I'd say it's hard to predict this, by the way, because 141 right now, still undamaged. They can weather this out. They did really, really well. Stage 6, the farthest they've ever gotten so far. I'm not really so sure how much longer they can take this, because I think being outside the safe zone, that's not gonna bode well for them. They have to make the conscious effort of moving in, and this is not the part of the circle that you'd want to still stay outside in. It's gonna be very painful.
Okay, let's see here. Speaking about the circle, right? Who will it favor? All we're going to No Man's Land. Looks like goes onto the high ground. So now the challenge is for 141 to come towards Aegon I8 and ZZ.
Oh my gosh. Okay, no, this is funny, Sir Cloud. They're forcing a Mexican standoff here. This is a forced Mexican standoff from these teams. They're gonna be obliged to move towards the middle where there are zero covers. So, my goodness, what is gonna happen here? I know that they're gonna have to vacate that very, very soon. those compounds, those buildings, those trees, they're gonna disappear very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. So expect a lot of scopes, a lot of sights, a lot of shells flying all over the place. Now the question here remains: is ZZ gonna be able to stand their ground in a face-to-face between these three teams?
Yeah, and who is going to get the most out of 1-4-1?
Yes.
Because right now they will be forced to move. Okay, the blue is confident. Defeating a smoke breach, that's going to be the best bet. But Hacker
is gone.
To move on. It's a matter of who can steal away the eliminations now.
Now Aegon I8 also dipping in. Look at this. Very smartly, they're going for 1-4-1. The strongest team so far, now no longer complete. And from 4 down to the last, and eliminated they go. My goodness. That's what we were talking about, Sir Cloud. In the blink of an eye, the strongest team could disappear just like that. And ZZ time 2 again.
Now, speaking of strongest team, ZZ, one of the more consistent teams, going up against the team who came in at the last place before this round started. Let's see who will win this. Can Aegon I8 go against the odds to win against the most consistent team?
I think I voted for Tribe, right? I also needed to reconsider. Oh my gosh, I could have stuck with ZZ on this one. But it's safe to say, Sir Cloud, regardless of our prediction, they are showing us why they need to be watched out for. But what a very, very brave yet unusual call from CXXN.
One
no.
more member of ZZ
One
Lab is
more.
going to be Chicken. The star man of ZZ going up against 3 players from Aegon I8. They know exactly where he is. Crypto is going to come in from the high ground. Chicken takes a little bit of damage. Chicken now down to 10% of health. And it's going to be Aegon I8 from the death. They are coming back.
There's a reason, ladies and gentlemen, why Aegon I8 has been on my lips before the survival stage even started. Because these guys are true legendary players, ladies and gentlemen. And for match number 4, they take their winner chicken dinner. Congratulations.
Yeah, representing the region of Pakistan. Aegon I8 coming in with a couple of roster changes. They had that over the course of the transfer window, and now day 1, they're showing that they are still a formidable force, despite them being at the last place. That's not going to stop them from getting the chicken dinner.
Man. Again, you could attest, Sir Cloud. I've been mentioning this team even before the preliminaries, right? And even before survival stage. I'm so happy that Aegon I8 is here. And this is them proving why they deserve to be here among these giants. But you know what? As much as I'd love to bask in this victory again, Sir Cloud, again, ZZ going the distance with 3 players originally eliminated from the first, I believe, or second stage all the way to grand finals. Man.
My goodness, just look at this. Okay, although the stats are not that big, right, for Aegon I8, but a chicken is still a chicken. It's pretty much the same scenario as the vampire from the previous round. Like, they didn't get that many eliminations, but they still get the chicken dinner, so they will still get a good amount of points as well. And plus, we are still in day 1, so the points are really, really close. Expect them to jump a lot of notches up.
Gosh. Interesting. And of course, there's Nova, right? We can't scoff at Nova as well. They did really, really well. But 1-4-1, I'd say the VIPs and the MVPs of this particular game, yes, I said very important players because, man, they got to top 3, I believe, or 4, without a single casualty. Up until the oppositions realized, oh, they're still complete. We have to gun for them.
Yeah, that's why they have the longest full squad time.
Yeah.
There. But we had to compare the top 2 teams, so Aegon I8 compared with Team ZZ. But this time, Team ZZ, this is their most collected eliminations in a single round, 9 eliminations.
And again, they aren't failing at all to impress us, ladies and gentlemen. ZZ, you know, with all the biased sounding commentary we're doing, but you can't blame us, folks. They haven't exited early this entire day 1. And we still have 2 maps to go. Both Miramar, the Miramar duets that we're gonna see. Let's see if actually ZZ can stay. That's a lot of C's. The same way that they are for the final 2 maps.
Yeah, but okay. The MVP is going to come from neither of these teams. It's going to come from Alter Ego. We got Alpha here with 4 eliminations, only 9 minutes 17 seconds of survival time. But that's totally understandable because they didn't really last that long. But they had a very good start, and I believe they got a decent amount of eliminations, maybe like 7 or 8, something like that. But considering they lasted only like not the entire round, 7 or 8 eliminations is pretty good.
And you know what? I'm going to point it out right now, Sir Cloud. They also have a nice jersey. I mean, look at the way the jersey is. It has a hood. It has a hood.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yes.
That's really cool. All right, I don't want to see that in full action. But yeah, going to our top performers here, Aegon I8 Crypto, I believe, putting the finishing touches earlier on against ZZ. Really understandable. A couple of these players from Nova, rather one of these players from Nova as well, ABCD. A while ago, he had a very, very nasty elimination, I would say, but he managed to redeem himself here.
Yeah, I mean, because D plus Kia, they had a tough early few rounds.
Across the horizon, yep, a little bit more straight fire, but yeah, numbers game here, ladies and gentlemen, still belonging to GLU. Look at the elimination, they have 7 already.
Yeah, especially with the high ground that they are holding, right? Gives them the opportunity to take those long range shots, and I guess that's how they racked up these amount of elimination points. So far, at least from Xbox and Stickley, it's going to be a combination of 7 for them. Other than that, notable names, I would say like maybe Murnat has been showing up quite a bit. He got 2 elimination points so far. So doing still pretty good for Hale.
Now this got me thinking, Sir Cloud. It's kind of hard to determine who's going to make it out of here. Based on what we've seen for the past how many games, it doesn't matter whether it's 3 versus 4, sometimes even 2. So remember, we haven't seen ZZ in a bit as well, in a good minute. So they holstered their guns for a bit here, Sir Cloud. And what that means is, once again, playing Vulture.
Yeah, dude, just because it's not top 5 yet.
Yeah.
You won't see them showing up at this stage until it's top 5.
Now they're secured top 5.
Yeah.
Now they're about to be secured top 5. If they take out one of these teams headed their way, because so far we have Genesis. Murnat is alone, by the way. So we have Zai headed his way, maybe just for a little bit of backup. Or it looks like Zai is actually leaving the premises. I don't know where he's going.
They're quite spread out if I were to look at the mini map. But speaking about ZZ, they are in the circle right now, so there's definitely going to hold on to it. But for Avoid Esports playing by the edge, this is the time to get into action. We can see Kenya tossing a nade onto the members of Hale Esports, but they're on the other side of the building, so they will not be reached by the nades that he tossed.
Man, this is going to be a very tricky spot for them to hold, right? Look at all the levels we have here. We have a second floor, maybe even a third. If one of these players actually chooses to capitalize on the high ground, it's going to be a long stall for some. Oh, there. NC2 already has the skyscraper in his hand. So if he can stay there a little bit longer, he does take a little bit of damage though. Maybe somebody knows where he is. He has to try to heal and secure that high ground. Look at him. He's leaving. He's going down.
Oh yeah, he's leaving his high ground position. I guess maybe because he's overly exposed. Maybe he felt like, okay, he's being shot at from different angles. So there are like maybe 2-3 teams looking over at him. So it's not going to be worthwhile for him to stay there. Because the risk is that if he gets knocked, nobody is there to revive him.
There we go. Yeah, true enough. And I think since because he was taking damage, he knows that his location is compromised, right? So now he needs to find a different high ground. See, maybe this is what it was. Maybe a player from Void was actually scouting him, allowing, just kind of like obliging him to leave. But look at Noise. He also has the highest ground so far, still from Hale. I'm not so sure how long they can withstand this because GLU still pretty healthy. They could just wait this out. Look how far they are from everybody.
Yeah, GLU, they're pretty much together. So I guess if they want to really go in, they can take their time. They're not split out. They don't need to save each other at this moment until anyone gets knocked, but that's going to be a different story. But looking over at the minimap, I guess all the teams are already in the circle. They have their own area. And this is what we kind of expect for an urban warfare, right? If it's an urban warfare, then it's going to be a little bit slower.
Yeah, you did point that out a little earlier on, Sir Cloud, which it looks like it's going to be the case here. Some of these players, they're trying to shelter themselves for the time being because 6 teams is still a lot. That's still quite a bit, and we're at stage 6. So this is probably one of the longer games that we've had today, and maybe it's going to look that same way later on in the second Miramar that we have. But so far, I think they want to hold on to as much numbers as possible and wait for the Blue Reaper to slowly close in on them. Because we only have a few seconds before stage 7, and with 6 teams at stage 7, Sir Cloud, that's actually a very, very long game.
Yeah, as compared to like the previous rounds, right? By this time, it's previous round is like 5 or 4 teams left, and I like how that we get the winner chicken dinner forecast a little bit early this time. So thanks to production, really putting out the graphics for us. But circle wise, okay, GE full squad in it. Xbox, the only GLU squad player in it. These other 2 players are on the outside, but Hura is safe at the north, furthest away from other teams.
Yeah, actually, GLU still complete, by the way. So Xbox, maybe there for the information. Here comes the cavalry, though, getting a lot of gunfire their way. So just hang on, just a little bit longer there, Xbox. We're gonna we're gonna be there. Just a chippy, but no. Oh, the promise has been shattered there. Stigley falls victim to Zewu, and just when we thought that ZZ was not gonna dip in.
Yeah, I mean, ZZ is starting, okay, because we're getting close to that top 5, but they managed to steal away 1. Okay, again, after that, they went back into the building, they stayed passive. I mean, it's the ZZ gameplay we're talking about, right? So, yeah, they're just playing for the top 5 right now. But for Hill Esports, unfortunately, 1 went down. ZZ,
Oh, no.
XXN. Oh no, the top survivor out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, probably hit a little too long there. And I think that shot cost them. You know, maybe that's a bit of position compromisation. But let's see. We've seen this happen to ZZ before. They just have to hold on a little bit longer and enter top 5, as you mentioned, Sir Cloud. Let's see how that's going to go. Because if they don't enter top 5, this is probably the lowest showing they have. And that's still pretty high up.
Yeah, considering that they didn't get the circle kept going away from them. But let's hold on to our horses because they're still in this and they still have like 2 players, Saywood, Y2 and Mon. So it's still pretty decent. And they still have the circle, and that's what's most important, right? As long as you have the circle, you don't really need to move.
Oh my goodness, here we go. Mernat. The last couple of players here for Genesis. I'm not going to be surprised if Mernat actually becomes MVP here. 3 eliminations by himself. Now, a bit of distance between him and the rest of the teams. But look at this Xbox. It's very sad that Stigley was picked off right as he was going to make his way to, I believe, Xbox, or he was going to reposition himself. He's going to rotate. Gets taken out in the process. GLU was looking really dominant as well there, Sir Cloud.
Oh, yes, and plus they have the circle, so advantage to them. Now ZZ needs to move. They do not have the circle anymore. But the moment they step down, GLU squad esports waiting for them.
Oh, they can't be turtles anymore here, Sir Cloud. They have to slowly get out of the shell. Oh, but Y2N1, the finishing touch. Beautiful. Oh, Xbox got Seibu as well. No. First time, Sir Cloud. 6th place.
Well, I'm glad nobody took my bet. But they were close. Oh man, that was just unusual. It's an unusual showing for them. But anyway, not too bad. I mean, 6 minutes okay. But now, the Genesis Esports winning against Hale Esports. 1 more to go as Zai evades the name for his opponent. NC2, UMP, taking a lot of damage from the other side. And Zai will take out NC2.
Hale out of there, landing a 5th place finish so far. Now, Genesis Esports, I cannot believe that they're still in this, hanging by a thread with 1 remaining player. Look at this percentage. And Void, my gosh, Sir Cloud, I'm telling you, I might regret my choice because Void still keeping their track record fresh. If they get out of here, then they definitely are the Miramar Lords.
Oh, man. Okay. I'm at the edge of my seat right now, all right? But Void is quite spread out, so that's a little bit of risk that they're taking here. They want to cover multiple angles. They want to get a good vision, considering especially that this is an urban warfare right now. Okay, Void, we can see keep moving to his teammates. Maxis is on the other side. So at some point, he will join out to his teammates. We are at stage 9, so this is the first time we get to stage 9, and this time the zone will close entirely.
Not only that, we're entering stage 9 with still 4 teams. So this is still pretty heavy. You know, it's hard to tell who's going to win this, not going to lie. Even with Genesis Esports, they can still make significant damage. If they manage to take out Aura or GLU, then they only have to worry about the complete squad of Void right now. Let's see, anything can still happen. The blink of an eye, the tides can definitely change. Here we go. Like I said, if you take one member out of these existing teams, it's gonna make that complexion completely different. Hora, however, has one man down. Make that two. Young Zai making this a very hard battle for Hora.
Oh, and looks like the next team to be eliminated is going to be Horan. We are down to the top 3 teams. 2 teams representing Indonesia and GE representing Myanmar. Who will get this chicken dinner? Now Void and GLU, they know exactly where they are. Maxius on his knees, and Zai is going to be happy to take that point.
I know it's Sir Cloud. I hate being right all the time. You saw what happened to Hora right there. They were very healthy, and it just took 2 eliminations with just seconds in between, by the way, for that to change. Not only did they lose people, they lost their top 3 potential. Now they exited at 4th place, leaving GE, Genesis Esports, originally with the worst standing a while ago, to land at 3rd. Now they're eliminated. It's up to Boyne and GLU. My gosh, Sir Cloud, I am nervous.
Oh man, this is insane, right? Plus, both teams have equal amount of manpower. It could go down to the wire here. Okay, we can see the position for Void now. They're quite spread out. They're taking different angles, but they're getting close to each other now. They're getting prepared for the siege down of the GLU squad. And if we look at the circle, the zone-wise, it does favor Void a bit more.
I'm putting my head down and shaking it as well. I could have trusted my instincts and went for the record, ladies and gentlemen. Could they finally cement their names in being the gods of Miramar? We have Void and GLU. Look at this. Void also has a lot of utilities to use. Go three on his knees. Oh, and Xbox putting in more work. Oh, but no! Not if they have anything to say about it. 2v2. Void down to the last man over here, ladies and gentlemen, but no! They got stopped. They got stopped by GLU. I jinxed it, Sir Cloud.
Man, if only we had a caster cam. I want to see Pika's reaction towards the end. Man.
I was so close to my camera, I swear. Really close.
Oh man, but you know what? GLU Squad Esports, besides the chicken dinner, they have
a new uniform, man. They have a new uniform. I love it. So congratulations, by the way, to the GLU Squad.
It looks like bubble gum to me.
Absolutely. I told you, the costume, or basically the uniform it's very reminiscent of the old candy brand. Remember Nerds? But yeah, it looks like that. But this is beautiful, by the way. I love it.
Oh, I love this, man. If GLU Squad, if you're listening to this, you know we're fans of your outfits. So
both of them.
Both of them.